tal? In this video we're going to have a look at an example 150 word task and a model response to that around the theme of work. So let's have a look at the task, and of course if you're working independently feel free to pause the video now so you can just read through the task and the model answer yourself and see how much you can understand of what's going on. Okay, let's talk through. Una revista española para jóvenes está preparando un artículo sobre el trabajo y los planes para el futuro. Decides contribuir con tus ideas. So, a Spanish magazine for young people is preparing an article about work and plans for the future. You decide to contribute with your ideas. Escribe a la revista incluyendo esta información. Write to the magazine including this information. So this is the key bit, the 2 bullet points. That's where you really need to know what you're writing about. ¿Qué hiciste para tus prácticas laborales? What you did for your work experience. Notice that iste ending, referring in the past, preterite, what you did. And ¿qué planes tienes para el futuro? What plans do you have for the future? And then the standard text that you have follows that. Escribe aproximadamente 150 palabras en español. Responde a los 2 aspectos de la pregunta. Write approximately 150 words in Spanish. Answer both aspects of the question. Okay, so let's look at the model answer where they will expand on what they did for their work experience and what plans they have for the future. And by the way, if you can't think of anything in particular when you're responding to this in terms of something that's true, you can absolutely invent it. None of it needs to be true as long as it's accurate Spanish. So I'll read through in Spanish. I'll pause after each chunk of language so that you can either listen, practice your pronunciation, or try translating into English, and then I'll say the English. Vamos, let's go. Como todo el mundo sabe, as everybody knows, es muy útil tener experiencia laboral. It's very useful to have work experience. Si quieres solicitar un trabajo. If you want to apply for a job. Te da la oportunidad it gives you the opportunity no solo de mejorar tus perspectivas laborales, not only of improving your work prospects, sino también de aumentar tu confianza. But also to increase your confidence. Acabo de pasar 2 semanas haciendo prácticas en una escuela de equitación. I have just spent 2 weeks doing work experience in a school of horse riding. In other words, in a horse riding school. Donde aprendí mucho. Where I learnt a lot. A pesar del olor. In spite of the smell. Cada día ayudaba a los niños Every day I helped the children y limpiaba los establos. And I cleaned the stables. Mis colegas eran muy amables. My colleagues were very friendly. Y el último día organizaron una fiesta de despedida para mí. And on the last day, they organized a leaving party for me. Por si eso fuera poco, as if that weren't enough, literally there, it's for if that were little, but we wouldn't really say that in English, so more natural is if that weren't enough. Mi jefe me ha ofrecido un trabajo a tiempo parcial. My boss has offered me a part-time job. ¡Qué guay! How cool. So that was focused on what they did in their work experience, now looking at their plans for the future. Todavía no estoy segura de lo que quiero hacer en el futuro. I am still not sure of what I want to do in the future. Cuando era más joven, when I was younger, quería ser bombera. I wanted to be a firefighter. Pero ya no me interesa. But I'm not interested in that anymore. Tal vez me alistaré en el ejército. Perhaps, or maybe, I will sign up into the army. Me apetece la idea de ser soldado. I fancy the idea of being a soldier. Y creo que mis padres estarían orgullosos de mí. And I think that my parents would be proud of me. Sobre todo, te permite viajar por el mundo. Especially, or above all, it allows you to travel around the world. Ojalá no fuera tan peligroso. If only it weren't so dangerous. A bit like, I wish it weren't so dangerous. That's another translation. Cuando termine los exámenes de A-Level, equivalentes al bachillerato, when I finish the A-level exams, equivalent to the Spanish version of the A-level, like a baccalaureate. Espero tomarme un año sabático. I hope to take a gap year. Antes de empezar la carrera universitaria. Before starting my university degree. You can just say before starting my degree, as that tends to refer to university degree. Me gustaría trabajar en un proyecto medioambiental en Latinoamérica. I would like to work on an environmental project in Latin America. Después, si tuviera bastante dinero, afterwards, if I had enough money, viajaría como mochilera por Perú. I would travel as a backpacker, in other words, I'd go backpacking through Peru. Y cumpliría mi sueño de subir a Machu Picchu. And I would fulfill my dream of going up Machu Picchu. Muy bien. So remember, now we've run through it, you could rewind the video to practice either just listening for familiarizing yourself with the text and the meaning, practicing your pronunciation, practicing translating into English. You can have a look at the text to try and adapt this model to produce your own version, and you can also try producing your own version without referring to the model as well. Okay, buena suerte. Hasta luego.